obviously aware of the ramifications and what was going on when I was 11. I understood that something was happening, but it was weird yesterday. I can't think of too many times in my life where I just kind of sat there. 9/11, of course, is the other one that comes to mind.
9/11 came to mind a lot of times yesterday because I remember that day, similar to yesterday, sitting in front of the television most of the day and not having much else to do but sit there and watch what's happening. Yesterday, like I said, man, I mean, it was a shame to see happen on the television. I'm sure it was an interesting time if you were on the ground, if you were there in DC, if you live in DC, if you're in the area. I'm sure we've experienced the riots here at different times in the city, and you know what it feels like after the math of something major that's happened. There's always an uncalm and uncertainty until there isn't, until everybody kind of starts, getting things back into their head. People start thinking straight, like after any good fight, right? No, it was an interesting day. Few times do I really separate myself from my children for so long, but this one was like, you guys go watch the cartoons. Daddy's gotta, Daddy's gotta. I gotta watch the news. I gotta see which way it's coming from. I gotta see what's going on. So an interesting day. Josh, I say we have to address the elephant in the room. When it comes to that sort of thing, and I couldn't even I couldn't get two words together today if we weren't going to say something about it, on the show. But we're hoping to, what can you say? Learn from this? I don't know. Is that realistic?
I think that's about it. That's the problem is it's so unprecedented in our lifetime that I don't know what to say about it other than holy shit! I can't believe.
When you say unprecedented,
actually.
When you say unprecedented, does it feel like such a big word that it's probably too big for us to be saying and making sense at the same time? Unprecedented used to be a word that just wasn't thrown around just as quite as often as it is these days. And
we've had a lot of unprecedented recently. You're right. But it is. We haven't had this in our lifetime.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make it the problem. Part of the problem is I don't want to make it bigger than it is, but we also have to acknowledge it and that it did happen, and that it's not a good thing to have had happen. And that's I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, neither do I. We're going to move to our topic, dude, and we are going to press on as most of us will have to do through this. And on to, we thought when we were putting this topic together, we really thought we were kicking 2020 in the nuts. We really thought that, this is it. And so then all of a sudden,
tour.
Yeah. And so we thought what a great topic for tonight it would be if we could take 2020 and put it in the penalty box.
Put it in the penalty box.
Right?
When you're watching a hockey game, they get a 5-minute major for cross-checking. I know Sobe is going to come on later and correct me that cross-checking is only a 2-minute minor or some shit. I don't know. I don't watch enough hockey. But the point is, you get a penalty in hockey, and then they send you to the penalty box for a few minutes. It doesn't mean you're gone from the game. It doesn't mean you're gone forever. But we're going to put you down for a little while, in the words of Robert Plant.
Yeah, we may have to put some things. What does it be like a tranquilizer dart, basically? You're going to bring it back. You're okay if it survives, but for now, just I
don't want to deal with this thing for a while,
right? But
I recognize that it's still going to be around at some point.
Yeah, it's going to be there in 2020.
We're putting it in the penalty box. 2020 things to put in the penalty box.
And and like others, Josh, for the most part, again, on this one, I'm going to sit this one out. I'm going to let our guests mostly go back and forth on this one, on this topic. I'm going to let it be out. I don't have too many things. There's a ton of things that I want to put from the in the penalty box from 2020. Just a ton. But I really want to see what the guests have on this one. It should be an interesting one. So with that, why don't we go ahead and just bring them out and see what we got on the show tonight.
we're going to bring him out. We got my man from Placentia. I learned today that he is actually Artie Moreno's neighbor. Artie Moreno, the owner of the Angels, lives next door to our first guest, Jeff Schlegel.
I didn't know that. Oh.
Jeff, what's going on, bud? How you doing today?
Oh. Do we keep having that coming? That's always me every time. That's always the guest is ready to come in the door, and I always forget to open the door.
Are you like hot and heavy?
That I mentioned he lived in Placentia.
There you go. I always do that. Jeff, that's Jeff Schlegel. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on, gentlemen. It's good to be heard.
Yep, that's the one.
I don't think Artie Moreno pays the Wi-Fi for the whole neighborhood. Is what the problem is.
I see that.
They're trying to pull off a trade for pitching right now. Is what my gut tells me is that the Angels are working out a deal, maybe even to sign Trevor Bauer, and we're probably going to get breaking news here on the podcast if you're watching or if we're doing this live on YouTube. I think Jeff Schlegel might break some news if Artie Moreno comes and knocks on his door and tells him that we just got Trevor Bauer.
Well, I mean, Artie might do that for him, so that'll work out. Anybody else coming in the door tonight, Josh?
Yeah, we got the Redondo Renegade. We got friend of the show, #1 Dodger fan. Tommy Lasorda actually once met this dude at a bar and asked for his autograph. So we got Chris Sauve coming on the show tonight.
What's going on, fellas? Happy New Year.
Glad
to be back for my first high five of the new year. 2021. Here we go.
There you go.
There it is. Do you
remember who won the last Kumite? I think it was Sauve, right?
I think Sauve did win the last Kumite. I think he's on the board. You know what the nice part about the board is? There's no board. It's 2021. You got a brand new board.
It's a virtual board like everything else.
Let's hope that 2021 works out for me because 2020, well, we're going to hear it didn't work out for you guys in a second. The penalty box, again, somewhere that we're going to send something, but we are not going to say that it's gone forever. But it's definitely something we're gonna stick it in the box, and we're gonna say, hey, you just calm down for a second, all right? Just take a moment, have a drink.
That's what happens to me every time I stick it in the box.
Well, good. You have what? You have a drink? Is that what you said every time?
That's what. Yeah. That's it.
Mr. Thirsty, how about you start us off? How about you start us off with something that you would throw in the penalty? But you know what? Wait, let me see if Jeff's mic's working. We got Jeff over there in the corner. We had a hard time introducing him. Jeff, did you have anything to throw in the penalty box early on in 2020?
I do. Can you hear me though?
Yeah, we got you there.
Excellent. Okay. Think back to you see the Family Guy episodes or Simpsons Family Guy episodes. There's usually that death character that comes in.
Yeah,
the long cloak with the sickle and everything.
Yeah.
I'm going to put death in the penalty box because 2020, death went crazy. I mean, let's start with in January. Kobe.
Yeah.
We got Kobe, RGB, Eddie Van Halen. The list can go on. You can
the athletes alone, Jeff.
I love the selection. No, that covers it perfectly. Kobe.
That
RBG,
might be a 10-minute game misconduct for death. I think he's been tossed.
I knew he was going to come on and give us the actual hockey knowledge.
Man, we encompassed one.
Can't even argue with that one. It's strong.
Coming out of the box, pretty strong there, Schlegel. Seriously, let's bring that one up. Death for the high five tonight. Come out very strong. Wow, that's gonna be. It's going to be an interesting one. Josh, I will slide it over to you before I get to you, Sauve. What else do you got for the penalty box for 2020?
I'm going home. I'll talk to you guys on Monday's show. That was it. Death. What else do you want to do? Well, I'm going to put... So I wrote these before January 6th, so some of these, aren't...
But luckily, that's fine, because we're talking about 2020. That's 2021. Obviously, when we do the 2021 penalty box... Early on for high sticking, you can throw that one in there. But for the 2020, what do you got?
So I'm gonna put in the penalty box, and I'm gonna give it a 5-minute major. I hope we don't stick with the hockey penalties the whole time. I'm gonna give it a 5-minute major. Takeout and delivery. If I never have another Postmates or Uber Eats delivery for the rest of my life, I'm gonna be a happy camper. Wow. Because I cook. Luckily. I don't have to cook very often because my girlfriend.
Oh,
That must be some good food there.
It was really good food there. Whatever it was really nice. You dude, we put
Choking
you
on a big sausage, or
And I just want to sit there. And
it must have been a good 10 minutes there, dude. That you just phased out, talked about your
I had to
girlfriend's
get that off
cooking.
my chest.
The cooking was so good that you just went to a different world and talked about it all to yourself. What were you talking about in the cooking?
I'm saying she's a good cook, but we get delivery.
Oh, okay, right. Oh, that's right. Is on the 5. So delivery, I don't know, man, because delivery sucks or whatever. But I don't know if I'm putting it into the penalty box. I think I'm gonna keep that card.
Are you getting more bad deliveries than good deliveries?
Well, the food quality is always worse when it shows up at your door 30 minutes after it's been prepared,
But it
instead
showed
of
up.
when you're actually sitting at the restaurant. So I don't want to, knock the restaurants because they're probably preparing it fine. It's just that I'm eating it 30 minutes later than I normally would after it's been in somebody's Honda Civic for a quarter mile or whatever.
Now, did you say food delivery specific or just all deliveries in general for?
I said takeout and delivery. I meant food.
I think he's talking DoorDash,
Okay.
all those things. Anything we're using to change the way we normally would eat, right?
Exactly.
Not a
100%.
strong follow to death. But
I might have gone with like a 2-minute minor because we're going to want that back out on the ice at some point. I'm not going to want to order Domino's even when the pandemic's over.
I don't know, Joe.
Well, the problem is, I think it's good every once in a while. I don't think it's good.
Hey, agreed.
The
That's why I said
frequency with
2-minute
which I
minor.
could
It's a
do it.
minor penalty, bud.
I'll do 2-minute minor.
That's fair.
I might say play on. I might.
Hey, I like it. No whistle. No whistle.
I'm gonna be like, it's play. You know what? Play on, sir. Play on. What did you do? I fought an active pandemic and I delivered people's food. Play on, sir. Play on, sir. No penalties for you here. Tip that man, and that would be about all I give that to it. Okay, week after death. But okay, Sove, what do you got here for the penalty box 2020?
Yeah, I'd like to give a 4-minute double minor to Carol Baskin.
There you go.
Oh,
I'm sick of her. I never wanted to know who she was.
Yeah, would you do?
And now, thanks to the pandemic,
Tiger
we've all
King.
watched effing Tiger King, and I got to hear about Mother effing Carol Baskin.
Wait, hold on, time out.
And
No,
how
no,
she
no, no,
killed her
no,
husband,
no, no, no,
and now she's on
stop.
Dancing with the whatever,
Sove,
and I
I'm
can't
sorry.
take it.
I gotta cut you off.
He's
Sove,
got to
no.
get the Tiger King rant off his chest.
Listen, no, he can't get the Tiger King ran off his chest because the other day I was talking to you specifically and I said, you know what? You know what I got to do, Josh? I got to hop into Tiger King. You're like, dude, Debo, it's way too late. You can't hop into Tiger King. I was like, no, I think I'm going to do it. You were like, if you hop into Tiger King now, someone's going to tell you about Carol, what is her name?
Carol
Baskin.
Baskin.
Yeah, she's like Carol Baskin. She's total crazy chick, and that's all you're gonna do. Everybody's gonna say, "Huh?" And he gets to bring her to the 2020 penalty box, but I wasn't allowed to watch the show 2 days ago
No, you're not allowed to watch it.
because it was too
I'm
late.
really willing to put the whole shebang in the penalty box. You can put the whole Tiger King show in, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I gotta sit out on the comments. I was restricted from watching the Tiger King.
I'm shocked. You might be the only person in Southern California that hasn't seen it.
You could be correct. And even after that fact, I went for advice, and the advice said you're too late. Don't watch it.
Tiger King was
Save
the first
yourself while you
honorable
can.
mention on my list.
Tiger King was what?
It was the first honorable mention on my list. It was the first one I decided that wasn't in my top 5 was Tiger King.
What was so horrible about
I had the same thing too. Tiger King was like an honorable mention.
What was so horrible about the Baskin chick?
Oh God, you got to do the deep dive in the show. If you haven't seen it, it's hard to talk
not
about
watch
it with
the
you.
show.
It's without.
You got Netflix. You can watch it on Netflix, Dwayne. You got it.
I don't understand, dude. I don't understand. I'm getting really confused.
Once it's like you dive in and you're screwed. You can't get out once you're in.
It's a rabbit hole. It's like driving past an accident. You have to, you look once or twice, but you're going to look back 3 or 4 times. Like it's there.
getting rather confusing, conflicting.
The problem is everybody on the show is a terrible person. Every single one of them. And Carol Baskin is the flagship for those terrible people. It should probably be the dude, but I don't remember his name because I just call him the Tiger King. So Carol Baskin, the potential murderer, even though they're probably all potential murderers,
Debo.
Wow.
Her outfits alone should be put in the penalty box.
Wow.
I don't know, Dwayne. You might like it. You might want to ask Jenny to throw that in her repertoire.
I might give it a shot. I might see if this Tiger King, he's got something to him. Okay, all right. So I mean,
we got Tiger King. We got Tiger King and we got Death. Jeff, do you have anything else to add to the 2020 penalty box? It's already getting rough in the penalty box.
Yeah,
it is, and I'm not going to go light on this one. I'm going to throw in there anyone that goes to Costco and buys hoarding levels of like toilet paper and paper towels. You know why? Because I'm sick and tired of having to go to like Stater Brothers to buying the shitty paper towels that suck. Let me have my good ones from Costco. Period. Thank you, Borders.
Stater Brothers, shame.
You know, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I switched to Walmart brand. Paper towels because I found out that I could wash them. This just shows my domestication. It shows that I can wash them and rinse them so well. But that's just me. I mean, you could go to Walmart, you could go to Stater Brothers. But I definitely agree with the hoarders. I definitely agree with the people that have chosen to say, you know, I'll take 20. Excuse me? I'll take 20. I'll just have 20 of those delivered to my house. But definitely.
I know. Maybe they figured out right when they hoarded everything back in March. Now that they're doing it again, maybe that's their twice-a-year run.
Maybe they've always been doing it. We just didn't notice till now.
You know, Slagle, Jeff, we're gonna. You know, you're knocking them out of the park pretty well tonight. I mean, you're gonna be Kumatein yourself if you keep this up.
I can fight myself sweet.
It's gonna have to be. Duder, do you got anything else? I mean, bro, you followed Death earlier with something about like fast food delivery, which evidently I'm supposed to feel ashamed for. I'm gonna go ahead and keep my my 15 extra pounds for the quarantine and continue ordering my fast food. But what else you got that I'm supposed to throw in the penalty box for 2020?
Yep. So I got another one that's not going to follow Death very well. Probably not going to follow the Hoarders very well either. I'm going to put out a Staycation. I'm going to put a Staycation in the penalty box because I do not want to stay home. That is no longer a vacation. Look, it was fun in March and April. we're all privileged enough here that our lives weren't terribly interrupted. We could all go get toilet paper somewhere else. We're very fortunate, the four of us, in the path that we were able to take in the pandemic. But I don't want to stay home anymore, and it's damn sure not a vacation at this point.
I mean, it's definitely
that's a good one, Josh. I mean, you're right.
Definitely a staycation.
Orders, Staycation, these are good ones.
Staycation, though, for real. Like, that's, you know, I remember Bundy was go to the airport and he would, you know, drop the family off at the couch and then, you know, he would go sit down.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, he'd sit there. I've literally done that twice in my life. That's not even the joke. That's not even funny. It's not even like everybody laughs and chuckles. I've actually done that twice. Okay,
and because, it used to be a great feeling. And
I mean, to this day, it does
now
not,
it's a Thursday.
Right. You know, it doesn't. I definitely don't feel like in first class like I used to. You know, when I used to do it with my Bose sound system, right in the chair with the guy with the, you know, but I don't know, man. Staycations. That's kind of like that's kind of like the only way to live your life, 2020. But Duder says we're going to throw it in the penalty box. We're going to, you know, you're going to make that guy fight with Death in the penalty box.
I mean, we'll find out. We will find out.
It's going to be an interesting fight. Sove, coming back to you, man, for the high five for tonight.
Penalty box, I got to throw in there people baking bread. I'm sick of hearing about it. I don't care that you now know how to make bread. You're in the penalty box. Stop telling me about the bagels you made or the pizza dough you made. I made some great sourdough. Get the F out of here and your bread making skills, please.
Sobe, it's called friendship bread. Okay, the bread is called
Yeah.
friendship.
You know what
bread.
it's called?
It's for
Get
building
another
friendship.
hobby. Find a Peloton. Oh wait, I think that's on my list down here.
Oh man,
fucking
Jeff
Peloton.
Baking bread and posting about it, please.
Slagle, does that
You know you're all sick of it. Don't even try and deny it.
I was gonna ask Slagle, does that give you a rise? No, nobody.
A
No.
little yeasty, but
Yeah. Oh,
Did
puns.
anybody bake bread, Debo?
I
Jeff,
did.
you
I
guys
had. I
have
did
baked
not.
bread?
I make pancakes as close as I can
Yeah.
get.
No, I love bread more than anybody I know, and I didn't even consider it one time.
No.
You guys don't know anybody that's done this? Because I know so many people that not only do it,
No,
they
I
tell
know
you
of it.
about it in every way they can.
I feel like
I
a lot of people.
100% know of it and was annoyed when it was a fad, but I'm just
Yeah.
making sure the four of us did not.
Got it. Yeah, just making sure that I didn't like come out of left field with this. Like you guys, I'm not taking crazy pills.
No, I agree with you. It was definitely out there, and it definitely increased more during the 2020 for sure. So but I like bread in there a whole lot more than some of these other ones I've been seeing.
Hey,
going
I
in
don't want to put the bread in the box. Just the people that decided that this is like a cool thing and they need to tell me about it over and over.
Hashtag save the bread.
Like, just make your bread. Yeah. Just,
somebody needs to make hot dog buns.
I'm trying to leave all these obvious ones for Jeff. I mean, I'm gonna go in left field for you this week, guys.
I like.
no, you know what? Bread is a bread. You bring up a good point with bread because you're talking about people that are pushing things on you. You know, like here, I want you to have this. I want you to do that. You know, I don't want your bread. You know, I get it.
Slagle, you got
especially during COVID.
So Slagle, you got one more to throw into the penalty box for tonight.
I got one more.
All
I
right.
got people that post way too much on Facebook. They tell us about every moment of their day, every childhood glorified moment. My kid made it to second period today. My kid did this today. Good for you. I mean, I guess, is that really what Facebook is for? I mean, it's either that or it's inciting riots, but one of the
Jeff,
two.
can I take that one a step farther and add to yours?
I just want to make sure
Yeah.
we're
What if we
talking
just
about.
put social media in the penalty box in general? I think we've all abused it to the point where it's not really helping our nation anymore. It needs a break.
It
And
may
we
have
just
to-
need to stop telling each other what to do, what we're doing, and just go back to like using a rotary phone for like a year and just take a breather.
That would be interesting to see what happens, but there needs to be a little bit of timeout with that. I agree completely. We can lump it into that. That's good.
So
Yeah.
what was the first one, Slagle, that you had started with before we got social? Facebook. Okay. So but you said the people.
Just people in general that like post 10 times a day on every single moment. Just take a time out. Just take
Which is why I'm
take Lent off.
suggesting if we took away the social media, those people would be, right? Like they wouldn't be able to do that. Hence it would, hand in hand.
They'd be rioting.
Exactly.
I think I'll put the people in the box for 2020, and I think I'm going to wait to put social media in the box for 2021.
I would at least like to wait till this show is finished before I put social media in the penalty box.
we get to the end of the credits, and then we could throw it all in the drain. Duder, any more to rattle off before we go to break here in just a little minute? But any more?
Yeah,
for
I'm gonna rattle off a few, but I'm gonna give you one here first. You home workouts. So I was a gym guy prior to the pandemic. It was my favorite way to get away from work and or the house. And I have been playing it safe since they told us not to go to the gym.
Right.
And I've done home workouts basically since April. I signed up for different programs. We pay money. We turn on the TV. We fucking jump around the living room. And it's stupid, and I hate it. I want to lift some actual weights. I want to put my headphones on and ignore people and sit on their sweaty bench. And I want somebody to ask me if they can mix in, which used to be my biggest pet peeve. Like, no, bro, I got 10 more reps. You can wait. You cannot mix in. But from now on, go ahead, ask me to mix in. Ask if you could borrow the 45 plate that I'm not using. I don't care. I will just take going to the gym and having a antisocial social interaction.
To be specific,
Dude, that takes me back to you and me going to the gym down in the old Pueblo at the University of Arizona student gym.
That's right.
to be specific, what were you putting in the penalty box?
I'm
Home
putting in the
workouts.
penalty box home workout.
We talked a lot about the
Home
gym in
workouts.
that. Like I heard a whole lot about the gym. I didn't hear a whole lot about home workouts, but I heard a whole lot about the gym that you want to go back to.
Because you don't want to hear about home workouts. Nobody wants to hear about beach bodies, 80 days.
No, isn't it kind of like the Staycation, duder, where at first for a month it was kind of cool, but now you're like,
Yeah, I got all
I
ripped
missed
up
the
at
gym.
first because they're all cardio and it's no weightlifting. And then you do that for 80 days and you're like, enough of this. I hate the lady. I hate all the characters who are acting like they're working out behind her. And I'm not usually a hateful person. I'm just staring at the same people every day.
You know,
I'm going to
It's a
rattle
good
off
one.
a couple more because I'm not going to go into
yeah.
arguments.
I mean, that's fine.
Throw
You
them out here.
take all the time you need.
All right, that's all right. I'm gonna put in the penalty box depression because this year sucked, and
not?
I don't want to deal with that shit anymore.
Okay.
It's literally a mind fuck. I'm gonna put in the penalty box riots, and I'm not calling out anybody specific. There's all kinds of reasons that people have rioted this year, but I don't want to see that shit for a little bit. I understand you have to. I understand there's a certain time and a place
Put it in
where
the
your
box.
voice is not being heard, and you got to make it heard. All right, I'm rattling these off. Riots.
Just put it in the
box. Social distancing was the other one.
Okay.
nice. I got
All
a
right.
couple.
Did you wait just to make sure? Did you make sure to write all those down because it's gonna be an interesting commentary for the Kumite. But Jeff, we'll go to you last. Sove, what do you got to rattle off here before we go to break?
I'm just going to throw out masks. We're all sick of wearing them.
Yeah.
I don't think I need to go on with that. Zoom meetings. Aren't we a little all sick of having them, especially back to back? Like, you got to do one for 2 hours, and
That's
then your
awful.
other group of friends or whatever it is wants
Yeah.
to do one for 2 hours, and everybody wants to schedule them. Like,
Back to back Zoom
And
meetings
lastly-
that's really you could have led with that one. You could have led
Yeah, I know,
after
but
the
I was
guy.
trying to
What
have
was
some
the
fun this time?
what-
you
what-
know?
what-
Not that I
versus
don't
that?
always have fun, but I was trying to mix it up. You know, you can't be old stuffy Sove every week. You
back
know?
to back Zoom meetings? Nice job.
And
Sove.
lastly, I'm going to throw on people creating podcasts out of boredom from the pandemic.
Oh, so beautiful, so wonderful.
That's true, though.
Oh
Yes,
man,
sir.
Tony, you're just amazing. I love what you do. I mean, Chris. I mean, this is new podcast. Those man. Those are like. I feel like we should have led you, Sove. You're knocking them out today, brother. Nice job.
Not
Jeff,
everybody knocked them out.
yeah, Jeff. I mean, you've been swinging hard. Did you have any more on that list that you want to rattle off tonight for things that you want to throw in the penalty box for 2020?
The other two that I had in there, one of them was already covered. It's kind of like the Karens and the anti-maskers and all that. So
Put that in
that's
the
already
box.
been covered. And the last one I'm going to throw in there is our president for the next 2 weeks, Donald J. Trump. He needs to be put in a penalty box for a little while.
You got the 2020 penalty box, but
For exactly 13 days.
you got a penalty box, sir. But we're gonna take it back in time, and we're gonna put you in there for 2020. That's awesome, dude. What a kumite that we're gonna be coming to tonight for the 2020. Memory box. I don't know, bro. I don't know
It's
which
gonna
way.
be tough. You want to go to break and talk about it?
I think we're going to have to take a break real quick and figure this out. So he's who's coming to the Kumite. We'll be right back, and when we do, we will have the Kumite for you.